Hello again, and I'm out here with the Hobao. And this thing has seen a few changes since the last time I've had it on the channel. So anyway, just to go on and get this going. Yeah, it now has a very nice light kit that I'll go over in another video, since it has a few extra components running it. Move all of this stuff. Yeah, it has more chicken coop wire action going on. Oh boy. So yeah, I dialed it down. This is a placeholder motor. I don't even know what motor it is, but I'm gonna put a 42 92 motor in or something like that. Oh boy, I just gotta find it. Since I got so many of them, I don't want to take one out of the crate or whatnot. So yeah, I'm putting it back down to 6S, since 8S is absolutely insane and other cars can benefit from it. Yeah, so right now it has the battery that's running the fans and the lights and all that other good stuff. But that's not the reason for this video. The reason for this video is what's going on underneath that you can hardly see right now. It's chassis protection. Oh my god, this car. I mean, when it's squatting down and stuff, crap is getting all caught in the chassis, and I can deal with it getting caught in the suspension. I mean, that's par for the course. And it'll be kind of hard to make skids for this thing, since the fronts and the rears are the same, and the fronts and then the rear look like it can be four-wheel steering with the front. Actually, that could happen, but the car turns good enough as it is. I don't need this thing flipping over because it has four-wheel steering. So anyway, chassis protection, this full chassis skid had to happen. I mean, this thing, boy, yeah, you don't want to have all that gunk up in there, even though the only thing that's really up in there is the drivetrains. You don't want all that stuff spinning around and getting all tied up, so you have to cut it off later, especially if you drive into higher grasses and weeds. So I put this on here. This is the 1/4 inch HDPE. I'm never gonna get that right. HDPE that I love. This stuff is gods, and it just really is one of the best components that I've ever found to put on an RC. And it can work for skids and bumpers and wing mounts and wheelie bars and just an endless amount of stuff. I mean, I'm going to really try to put this in another situation where I can pretty much just use it for anything. It might be the same as this, another skid for another particular RC that's well, long overdue for something like that, and it'll make it look pretty cool too. But this is the Hobao. Yeah, it's one of those RCs that really don't have too many weaknesses, but if you learn to work through the weaknesses that it do have, or not the weaknesses rather than some of the flaws with a hybrid twin vertical plate chassis, yeah, something like this that's really thick and can hold up to just about anything, even though it's really not actually bolted to the chassis. It's bolted to the diffs and these spots down here and the front. Yeah, this center section is pretty much floating in between the chassis and the skids. It's bolted to the skids, and it has these lovely L bracket, so you can get it at Home Depot, and that's bolted to the skids as well, which finishes off the center part and closes it in. Otherwise I would have to make another strip of HDPE and try to make it so that it can bolt to this and all of that stuff, and this stuff is 1/4 inch, so you don't really want to drill into it. It's not going to really hold that well. Yeah, I experimented with that too, but this thing does seem just rock solid now. I still have to do a couple of things to it, like the shocks. I still have to install them. Once shocks installed, shocks are junk. Well, not complete junk. I mean, they do suspend the car, barely. But it is what it is. I mean, this thing is just sick. And without the body off, I'll just brighten it up a bit. Yeah. Let's blind you for a second. These lights are absolutely awesome. Seriously. But I will leave the complete mess of lights and wires and whatnot for another video and end this one.